this, now we will move to the other aspect of the zinc and agriculture. So here I will invite Dr. SOUMITRA Das. We are honored to welcome Dr. SOUMITRA Das, a distinguished agriculture scientist and thought leader in the field of plant nutrition and agri-policy. His work has spanned collaboration with international agencies like the World Bank, UNICEF, FAO, IFDC, and he has played a critical role in policy development, project implementation, and capacity building across India and abroad. A principal member of the Bureau of Indian Standards (BIS) in the Food and Agriculture Department, Dr. Das continues to contribute to shaping national guidelines and best practices in fertilizer use and micronutrient management. We are delighted to have him share his insights today, drawn from the decades of ground level experience and strategic leadership in advancing sustainable agriculture. He will be enlightening us today on zinc in health and agriculture. Over to you, Dr. SOUMITRA.
Thank you so much, Veena ma'am, and good evening to everyone. So at the outset, I would like to thank the organizer, Metal Trendzz, and special thanks to Mr. Chandrasekhar, Ms. Veena, and Pug sir. The topic given to me is zinc in health and agriculture. In fact, I would also like to thank the organizer for considering this very diversified, topic on zinc in agriculture and human health. So this is very diversified area, and I would like to mention that zinc is equally important for health as well as agriculture. Okay, thank you. So in the next couple of minutes, I would like to take you through the importance of zinc in health and agriculture. So zinc is equally important, as I was mentioning, that for health and agriculture. So zinc not only saves steel, but it also saves lives. So let us see how. So next slide, please. Yes, actually not going to very too much of technical details. Just wanted to highlight here that zinc is essential for human health, and it plays a critical role, various role in physiological as well as biological functions of the body. For example, it is vital for over 300 enzymes in the body. It activates height, weight, and bone development. It is very, very crucial for small kids regarding brain development. It is important for growth and cell division and immune system. Zinc is well known as a immune booster in human health because needless to mention about our experience that we learned from the not very far, not recently, the COVID infestation, we have known what is the importance of zinc in boosting immunity. So it is equally important for fertility. It's important for taste, smell, appetites, skin, hair, nail, and vision. And in fact, it is essential for every life. Every life form is having zinc. There is no life possible without zinc. Next, please. Zinc deficiency, in fact, it is a global phenomena, global challenge. About 1/3 of the global population, more than 2 billion people are affected by zinc deficiency. And because of zinc deficiency, globally around 800,000 people are dying because of deficiency of zinc, which includes 450,000 children, that is 4.5 lakh children. So it is, that has raised concern, in fact. Next, please. So if you see this slide, it says that the casualties due to diarrhea, pneumonia, because of deficiency of zinc in small kids under age of 5, the episodes are much higher in India, in our country, much higher than the sub-Saharan African countries like Nigeria, DRC, Congo, Sudan, etc., as well as our neighboring countries like Pakistan or Afghanistan or China. So that has in fact raised the concern about the stakeholders and the policymakers, as well as the various governments of various countries, including in this case, in our country, the central ministry as well as the government of India. Next, please. In fact, as far as this estimate, it says that extent of malnutrition in India, it is more than 40% in the small kids, and it is as high as more than 80% in the state of Bihar, and in the state of Odisha, it is more than 50%. So it's a real concern how malnutrition is being is happening because of the deficiency of micronutrients. Next, please. In fact, as I mentioned, 1/3 of the global population is affected by zinc deficiency. And the first half of the graph shows that, the map shows that. In the lower half of the map, it says that somehow it is also related to, the soil zinc, or it is related to agriculture. So it says that about 50% of our global soils are deficient in zinc. What is more important is that if you compare these two maps, upper and lower, you will find that there is a very strong correlation between these two maps. Wherever there is a zinc deficiency in, for example, India or sub-Saharan African country or Latin American country, in human being, at the same time, you will find that you can trace back to this deficiency in soils. So zinc is deficient in soils in India, in sub-Saharan African country, in Latin American country. So there is a strong correlation between these two areas. Next, please. So it shows that how the zinc dynamics flow from soil to crop to plant to animal to human. In fact, coming to agriculture section, for a normal growth and development of any crop, crop needs 17 essential elements. So apart from CHO, like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, there are 8 elements called micronutrients, in which zinc is at the top. So zinc is one of the micronutrients essential for the normal growth and development of any plant. And these are called micronutrients because these are needed by the crops in a small amount. It is not that these are less important than the macronutrient, whether it is nitrogen, phosphorus, potash. You might have heard about its carrier, like urea is carrier of nitrogen, DAP is carrier of phosphorus, muriate of potash is carrier of potash. Similarly, sulfur fertilizers. Zinc is equally important, and it cannot be replaced by any other. You cannot just add urea and you will get benefit of zinc. No, you have to apply zinc for that. Next, please. In fact, today's the era of multi-micronutrient deficiency in India. This slide was, in fact, this data was taken from the ICR, that is under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. It says that zinc is widespread in Indian soils. The deficiency of zinc is to the tune of 37 to 40%, followed by other micronutrients, as I mentioned, boron, 23%, iron, equally important. Iron is equally important for human health, as we all know. It is around 12 to 13%, so on and so forth. Next, please. But it's not all about, as I mentioned, 37 to 38 or maybe 40% is deficient in Indian soils, but it is as high as more than 60% in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, close to 60%, and in the state of Rajasthan is close to 60%. So zinc deficiency is widespread in Indian soils across the country. Next, please. So what should be the solution like? So one solution may be the food supplementation. That means in the form of zinc medicine, zinc tablet, zinc in multivitamin, number one. Other option may be zinc fortification, like zinc can be fortified in the processed food, in the edible food. For example, like flour like atta or salt or any processed food for that matter. Same in the line of, say, iodized salt, as today's each and every salt is fortified with iodine. Third option may be dietary diversification. That is a natural way of having zinc through our food. That is probably the best option it should be. And in this connection only, there are some terminologies called biofortification. Next, please. So first, dietary sources. Let me mention that the non-vegetarian food is a rich source of zinc. But if you see this list, you will find that the vegetarian source of food is devoid of zinc. The zinc concentration or zinc content is very poor. And especially if you see the fresh fruits and vegetables, the zinc content is very, very poor. In fact, as per as World Health Organization, the RDA recommended daily allowance for Males, it is 11 milligram. For females, it is 10 milligram per day. And for lactating and pregnant women, it is 12 milligram per day. That is the requirement. And mind it, it cannot be stored in the body. It has to be replenished. It cannot be produced in the body. It has to be replenished every day from outside source. Next, please. So in agriculture, coming to agriculture, there are two terminologies called genetic biofortification, that is basically evolving new cultivar so that it can take up more and more zinc from the soil and enrich its grain, or for that matter, its edible part. The next term is called agronomic biofortification. That means application of zinc through fertilizer. Next, please. That is more viable and rapid solution. This shows the significant growth trend in the last couple of years of zinc sulfate. As Puksar also mentioned, that zinc sulfate is the major source of fertilizer containing zinc. So it shows that in the last couple of years, for last 10 to 15 years, there is a significant growth in the consumption of zinc fertilizers in the country. Next, please. In fact, I will not go into details. There is a regulatory document called Fertilizer Control Order, FCO. This is issued by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, and published by, there is a apex body of industry called Fertilizer Association of India. So they publish it. And in fact, you will see that there are more than 50 grades of fertilizers containing zinc available in the market as a choice, as an option for the farmers to apply, to pick up. It contains straight micronutrient like zinc sulfate heptahydrate or monohydrate containing 21% zinc or 33% zinc, chelated zinc like 12% zinc, as well as fortified fertilizers with zinc and other elements like boron. Then fertilizer mixture is there. Then new category of fertilizer called liquid fertilizer containing zinc has been also added, that can be used for fertigation, for foliar application in horticulture crops, in fruits and vegetable crops, and very popular in horticulture crops with the farmers. And as Puksar also mentioned about nano zinc. So in agriculture also, in fertilizer also, the government of India has recently approved nano zinc as a zinc fertilizer. Apart from other, you might have heard a lot of news coming in the media about nano DAP, nano urea. So apart from nano copper as a micronutrient, nano zinc is also available in the market, and it is being marketed by one of the fertilizer firm called IFCO. You might have heard about that. Next, please. So coming to, as you know, that the raw material for manufacturing or producing zinc fertilizer is none other than the byproduct of galvanizing process, that is zinc ash. So for zinc ash, for production of zinc sulfate, zinc ash is required. That actually is helps in including zinc in the fertilizer. So on an average, 1 ton of zinc ash produce about 3 tons of zinc sulfate heptahydrate, or maybe around 2 tons of monohydrate zinc sulfate. In fact, heptahydrate contains 21% zinc and monohydrate contains 33% zinc. Monohydrate is nowadays is picking up because of its better handling and better zinc content in that fertilizer grade. For production of so today's consumption is about 3.5 lakh tons of zinc sulfate, for which the requirement is around 1.5 lakh tons of zinc ash. So there are many producers of zinc sulfate and other zinc fertilizers, whether it is fortified, whether it is liquid, and some of the companies called IFCO, Coromandel, etc., etc. Next, please. So inching towards the end, I would like to highlight the challenges and way forward. Zinc ash is basically, as I mentioned, raw material for fertilizer production, which is the byproduct of galvanizing process. In fact, the challenge is scarcity of quality raw material, that is a zinc ash, is adversely impacting the zinc fertilizer production and consumption in the country. It is impacting the food security, in fact. So concerted effort needs to be made to explore the possibility of an alternate source of raw material. For example, it could be zinc oxide, it could be any form of dross, possibly primary zinc going forward in near future. Maybe galvanizing should be increased so that we can increase the production of zinc ash for the fertilizer industry for food security. Other application, for example, secondary zinc the zinc should shift to primary zinc consumption so that we can get more of secondary zinc for the fertilizer for the food security. So sensitizing the stakeholder on the importance of zinc in food, nutrition, health security is the need of the hour. Next, please. Just a quick overlook about International Zinc Association is a non-profit global organization dedicated for the cause of zinc overall, including nutrition. We are headquartered in North Carolina, USA, and having offices across the world. With one which I represent is India office. Next, please. So, Zinc Nutrient Initiative is a global flagship initiative across the world. We are working for the policy intervention with the government, various governments, with research support, with research organizations and extension promotion. And we are present in various countries, Bangladesh, Brazil, China, DRC, Congo, for example, India, of course, Malaysia, Mexico, Peru. There are some examples. Next, please. We are closely working with World Bank Group in zinc in fertilizers. We are also collaborated with UNICEF for our Zinc Safe Kids program. We are working with FAO of the United Nations. IFA stands for International Fertilizer Association based in Paris, France. We are also working with IFDC, International Fertilizer Development Center based in USA, Alabama. ICR stands for Ministry of Agriculture, that is the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India, and the nodal apex body of industries, Fertilizer Association of India. We are closely working with Hindustan Zinc, the only zinc manufacturing, zinc mining company in India. And of course, we are working with ILZDA. Next, please. So at the end, I would like to conclude that zinc deficiency in human and agriculture is a global challenge. And the sustainable solution is to increase use of zinc in fertilizers so that our food security, nutrition security, and health security can be ensured. Next, please. Because we all need zinc. Thank you.
Dr. Soumitra, thank you for this captivating session with zinc in health, which is very vital with prevailing malnutrition.